About 8 months ago, on the 1st of November 2019, I walked into a liquor store and found this bottle. It is the Smoke Point Whiskey from Shelter Point. This is bottle number 381 out of 1044. Little did I know that 3 months later, I would be going to the Shelter Point distillery. And one of the first things that was set in front of me was Smoke Point Whiskey. There was artisanal cask strength. There was artisanal whiskey. There was the double barrel whiskey. And there was the Smoke Point. And so we were sitting there at the distillery just relaxing in those great big leather chairs, sipping on this stuff and chatting. It was a lot of fun. This was before, of course, we checked out the stills and went to the warehouse where they had so many barrels. I only have one sample from the barrels left. And that one, well, I'll make another video about that one sometime soon. But this is the Smoke Point. I enjoyed this one very much when I was at the distillery, spending time with Leon and Lydia, and just chatting and talking whiskey and enjoying the moment. Finally, I get to do this one in the privacy of my own home. I love the way these bottles work. You just tip it and it opens itself. You don't have to pull hard. You don't have to. It just opens itself. It's a glass stopper with a plastic O-ring on it, if you can see that. Here we are, Shelter Point, Smoke Point Whiskey. 8 months after buying it, 5 months after being at the distillery and tasting it for the first time. A neck pour, yes, I know. Easy to close too. I like that glass stopper. Oh, what does it say here? Fabriqué à la main par Shelter Point Distillery, and the address in Campbell River, BC. Oh, but there's an English side too. Handcrafted by Shelter Point Distillery. Okay. Smoky skies and peated whiskey. Shelter Point single grain whiskey is distilled in small batches right here on our family farm in Oyster River, Vancouver Island. What makes our spirit so bold and distinctive? Well, for one, we only use a single grain barley grown in BC. The other unique ingredient is pure spring water that comes from a mountain-fed aquifer located directly beneath our property. Please savor responsibly. Return for refund. Bottled in 2019. Doesn't say what month. Shelterpoint.ca. More information. Sunsets and sea air, unofficial ingredients in every bottle. Non-chill filtered, peat finished, natural color, 55% alcohol by volume, 750 mils, product of Canada. Let's get this out of the way too. The bill of sale, $79.99, so $80 plus 10 cents bottle deposit, plus $4 GST, plus $8 liquor tax. Debit, $92.09 out the door. If you'd pay cash, it would be $92.10 because it would have been rounded up. I will get a whole dime back from the bottle depot when I return this for recycling. All right, now that you know all of that stuff, I'm going to go here with the Smoke Point Whiskey, bottled at 55%. This is as nice as I remember it. It's that beautiful Shelter Point single malt, but it's aged in ex Lafroig casks. And that adds an extra dimension, that adds a dimension of smoke. Mm. That smoke is just fantastic. It's malty and smoky at the same time. Oh, yes. No wonder this was my favorite when I was at the distillery. No wonder I kept reaching for the bottle. Oh, man. I'm sorry I took so long to get to this. But maybe now that the world is returning to something more normal than it has been for the last 2 months, maybe this is the appropriate time to be opening this. Mm. Yes, malty and smoky at the same time. Delicious. 55% alcohol by volume. What have we got in the way of... can I do it this way? Legs. Legs. Thick legs. Running down slowly, thick legs. Beautiful. Beautiful, thick legs running down slowly. And the secondaries, too. The secondaries are forming. The secondaries are forming. They're forming. They're getting fatter. Oh, yeah, look at that. Big secondary drops forming slowly. Oh, it still smells delicious. Oh, I wonder if I'll be able to get another bottle of this one. This one's gone. Well, even if I can't, Shelter Point keeps making such delicious expressions that if I can't get exactly this one again, I'll be able to get one that's pretty close. At least I can say that I had bottle 381 out of 1,044. Mm. Now I'm going to taste it. I'm even getting a bit of creosote on the nose, which is interesting. Mm. Oh, considering that this comes from barrels that once contained peated whiskey or peated spirit, there's quite a lot of peat smoke coming out now on the refill. More so than there usually is on an ex-peated cask. Wow. I'm getting the creosote. I'm getting some road tar. I'm getting something faintly vegetal. And that vegetal may be coming from the Shelter Point spirit rather than from the cask. Still malty on the nose. And there's just a hint, just a tiny hint of citrus. The citrus would be lemon and lime. But there's only a hint of it. There's more creosote. And there's more tar, more of a earthy tar than a pitch tar, if that makes any sense. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some lemon and lime citrus. But then I'm also getting sawdust, as if there was some virgin oak involved too. I don't know what was blended with what, but I would not be surprised if I'm getting a bit of virgin oak that was mixed in, maybe a virgin oak barrel or two of Shelter Point that was mixed in with the ex Lafroig casks. Of course, I could probably ask and find out what went into this. But I'm definitely getting some virgin oak along with the smoke, along with the earthy tar, and along with that little hint of citrus. Oh, this stuff is delicious. Beautiful job. Beautiful whiskey. Smells amazing. I'm sure there's a lot of wood in here. I'm sure there's some virgin oak somewhere. Or maybe the ex Lafroig casks were first fill bourbon and they still had a lot to give. Because I'm definitely getting quite a bit of wood here. More wood than I'd get from the Lafroig, but it's possible that because Lafroig is so smoky that it covers up the wood notes that would normally be in the, maybe a lot of wood, a lot of earthy smoke, earthy peat smoke. Oh, this is still wonderful. If anything, the tar is getting thicker and more earthy as I go along. Less smoky and less creosote. It's nice when you can spend some time with the whiskey and see it changing as you go along. And I see this, I smell this changing, and I taste it changing. There's some sweetness too. Yes, and the sweetness is definitely citrus. Lemon and lime. Maybe a bit of orange in there, a hint of orange, but it's quite subtle. I'm going to give it just a little more water to see if it opens up, but this whiskey has so much character it doesn't require opening up. I just give it a little bit, bring it down to maybe 52% alcohol by volume, adding a little bit of water, seeing what happens, taking my time with it. Oh. The smoke is still there, but it's duller than it was before. It's more like old railway ties than fresh tar on a hot roof. I'm still getting a lot of wood. Less of that citrus than I was getting before on the nose. Still getting some wood. Still getting some earthy tar. Less creosote. And the palate. Oh. More orange citrus now. Less of the lemon and lime. There's a sweetness in there with the orange citrus as well. Now, where did I get orange before? I got orange with Glengarry Virgin Oak. Still getting a lot of wood. Wood and orange. Making my mouth water like crazy. The finish hangs on. It hangs on and makes my mouth very dry. Oh. Tar and orange. Wow. And it's potent and it hangs on. Wood, smoke, orange. Long, tarry finish with wood. Oh, this is fantastic stuff. This is a great bottle. This is a great, fantastic whiskey. Smoke Point. In a way, I'm glad I waited so long to rediscover it. It brings me back right to that evening at the distillery in those great big leather armchairs. Oh, what a time that weekend was. What a good time. Cheers.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food quick.
Yeah.